Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy, and today for our Watercolor Wednesday video, we're going to be painting this cute little lizard creature, and he is on a flower petal, so he's just teensy. He's on a flower petal right here, which is surrounded by other petals, and we're going to just play with color and have a good time painting. I have out my M-Gram watercolor palette, which also has my Schminky Galaxy colors in it, the brown, blue, a violet, rose, and black. And then I also have in here Snellier Indigo and Daniel Smith Potter's Pink. The rest of these colors are all M-Gram. And this is what they look like all dry. Beautiful selection of colors. I'm going to set this up here where I can see it. And this is what they look like wet. I don't really clean my palettes in between paintings. Some people really like to, some people don't. I find that I use a lot of these colors over and over again, or different variations thereof, so I don't worry about it too much. So this is what my palettes, my mixing palettes look like right now. Okay. So, and you can just use the one too. You don't have to use two. Just scoot it over a bit. We're going to go ahead and really need the big brush today. I'm using my Princeton Velvet Touch round number 10. And then for details, I have out this Princeton Heritage round number 6. They both have pretty good snap. This one's smaller for more details, and of course the bigger one for so you don't get lost in details right away. I'm going to get some clean water. I have 3 pots of clean water over here right now. Usually the two closest to me are dirty, one for light colors, one for dark, and then I have a clean one for if I need clean water. I'm going to go ahead and wet my little lizard dude. I'm going to do him first. Try and stay inside my lines. Drew him out last night. Meant to paint him last night too, but I got too tired. I went to bed instead. And got some good rest, got some good sleep, sort of. And now I have a little break from my work day, so I'm going to go ahead and paint this little guy. I still don't have my accesses. It's kind of frustrating. Alright, so I'm not going to do him in the colors that he was in all the reference photos that I found this little critter. I'm going to go ahead and do what I want. I think he's going to be maybe blue. Kind of a blue-gray. Let's get this. Grab some blue. This one is the cobalt blue. And we'll just drop this on. Remember that it dries a lot lighter than it actually is. So, nothing to worry about. And then I'm going to put it in there with him. Rose, maybe? This one is, this one's permanent. Alizarin Crimson is much bolder. We'll just do a little ridge. Across the top. Like so. some little markings on him. We'll see how it dries down. Right? We may come back with some Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white at the end to get some little sparkles on him. So we'll go ahead and put some blue. There's a little teensy set. Right through there. And some yellow here and there. When I'm not mixing, I'm dropping it in and letting it spread around on the page so as to not make it green. I don't want it to be green, I want it to be yellow. There we go. Bit of yellow there. Some yellow markings. Boop. And then I'm going to put some yellow through here. Like that. All the way down. Okay. Okay. Got a smaller brush. Wet it and then most of that water off. Grab our alizarin crimson. Like that. And I'm going for a bumpy, like, textured look. So I'm doing pretty thick application of paint here over the top of the pretty dry alizarin. We're just tapping and leaving spaces like polka dots. Yeah. It's giving him a little bit of texture, which is fun. Then A little bit like that. The cute textures. I like the textures going on down here too, where the blue and the yellow kind of pushed each other apart a little bit. Grab some more of that blue. Right through here. And then mostly just water and pull it around. Wet his tail and let that seep a bit. Okay. He's cute. Okay. Now that eyeball, what do I want to do about that? Don't know. Too wet. And the little tummy shadows where the folds are. Fold here. Still pretty wet, so they're gonna disperse a bit, which is okay because we can always come back and make them brighter. Too much water again. I don't have a tissue back here, so I'm just wiping it on my hand. And then we can come in with some bolder yellow. Not that wet. And I'm just playing with color at this point. I'm not really worrying too much about realism. There we go. Thank you. I feel like I should stop fussing with them. this is the same pure blue, just a little thicker application. Using the tip of the brush to make little squigglies. Little squigglies and swirls. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember off the top, I'm pretty sure I looked at quite a few lizards yesterday. This guy was white in real life. So this is not a realistic, I mean, there are all kinds of lizards and snails and, you know, different colored this, that, and the others. When we get towards the body, we make bigger, bolder marks. Just the texturing is bigger and bolder. And the limbs, I feel like, would be smoother, right? Because they're smaller and the skin is more taut. So, a little bit of that. Dry brushing. That also gives this cute texture, smaller texture. And come in here. Here. Drop in some bigger marks. Very bright and bold and colorful, right? I think he's cute. Now let's get that eye in. I have to decide on a color for that eye. Let's clean water. With just the eyeball. Okay. And then gamboge. Like that. And then take maybe a touch of darks. I don't want it to bleed too much. It's going to bleed too much. Never mind. We'll wait till it dries. There. I'll wait till that dries. Okay. Okay. Now our flowers are going to be pink, so I need to clean off a spot for pink on this. Nope. Right. Let's go ahead and plant this spot. And, okay. And I don't have paper towels, but I do have a couple of tissues left. There we go. I got pretty nicely. Set this aside. And then use the bigger brush. Make sure it's nice and clean. And we are going to use our Quin Rose because it makes a beautiful light pink. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get out my bleed proof white as well. Maybe, we'll see. Alright. Take my clean water. I'm going to go ahead go around the little guy. It's alright that the alizarin is bleeding in a bit. I'm not going to worry about that. There we go. Go ahead. Grab my alizarin and just Quin Rose rather. Remembering this is going to dry nice and light. I'm just going to go ahead and throw in a layer. Put that down. This. There. See, now he's not quite so vibrant, right? He's on a pretty flower. And we are going to let this dry completely from here, all right? And then we'll come in. This is going to dry nice and light, and then we'll come in and finish up with final details on the flower. Not going to get crazy detailed on the flower because it is a super close-up of like a big petal here, and then super close-up of all the petals surrounding them, because he's just little on a petal of a flower, right? So we don't want to get too carried away. All right. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to let this dry completely, and I will be back in a second. Let's zoom in, you guys. There we go. I think that's good. We are going to finish up this piece. It's the next day. Everything's dried. The paper's nice and flat. And I am going to go in with my pink. I'm going to take a little bit of this Quin Violet as well next to my Quin Rose. Okay, there we go. I'm going to drop, put color in where I feel like it makes sense. Let's do a little dampening of this area right there. See, nice. And it gives this, I'm going to wet the area. Oops. Because I want there to be a gradiated color bleed from here. That's my daughter turning on the hose outside. And I'm going to put a little tiny bit of dark right here, like that. And then right here. The reason for wetting the whole thing is so that you don't get weird blooms. We want to create a little shadow under him, right? She's cleaned the gutters and now she's cleaning up the mess she made on the deck by cleaning the gutters. So that's all that background noise is right now. I will try to remember to edit it out. Kinda can't win sometimes. Okay. I'll drop a little more Quin, a little more water. I don't want it to be too strong. I also don't want it to be too subtle, right? Oh, my life. There, and then through there. Rinse that brush. This is just water, tapping it off and pulling it out. Just a little tappy tap. There. And then underneath here we have a bit of curl happening here and here. So there and there. Like that. Oh yeah, that's better, okay. Kind of letting these two colors blend on the page so that it doesn't look out of place. A little too much water right there. There we go. See that beautiful quinacridone violet mixed with the quinacridone rose in the water on the page. Now this is quinacridone rose, our base color, so it's creating those beautiful folds and dips and dark colors in our petals without a lot of work. And letting it mix on the page is always delightful, right? I do not have a paper towel back here again. Down there. I'm going to mute this out a bit because it's way down there. Just Just soften it out. Yeah, I like that a little better, okay? Nice. To keep this dark making sense, drop some in up here under his self. Okay, and then just a wet brush, tapping off almost all of the excess and wetting the paper to give it a little, just a little bleed, like that. So it doesn't look like a truly rough edge. A little dry brush technique to create a little bit of shape on our flower petal, which is really just drag it out. Gives it that beautiful shape. Isn't that nice? Now, yesterday I wasn't liking how bright and vibrant he was, but now that we have the other colors in, balancing him out, and not going too terribly dark, he looks right? He looks like he's supposed to be in the page, in the piece. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and wet right here. And right here. A little darker with that pink or quin rose, like that, like that. Dry that brush a bit. I'm gonna fan it out. Let's see. I'm gonna fan it out like that. And create some textured lines. Give our flower its shape. That petal needs its shape. Going out like that. Beautiful. Okay. Take that quin. Put it in there. Beautiful. It doesn't have to be exact, but there are different ruffles and textures through here that I definitely want to capture. There's a bit of dark there. Not too dark though. Grab some more pink and plop that in. Dry the brush. And kind of move it about like that. I'm going to go ahead and bleed it all the way out. take my pink and gray. This is the violet mixed with a touch of gray. There. And just pull that out. Fussing too much. When you know when you fuss too much because negative things start happening on your page. I'm just gonna drop in color right there. Right there. Okay, and I'm going to take a little sweep of bright through there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Put this in there. This is nice and bright through here. I'm going to skim it with the pink to tint the page a little more. Good. Okay. And then in here, underneath here, I'm going to go ahead and wet this whole section lightly, lightly. I'm going to grab my pink. And I'm going to run it along this ridge right here and let it bleed down. And do another little ridge right there. Drop in some dark. Sorry if you can hear my daughter's music. I will try to edit that out. I remember. Okay. Leave that alone and let it be. Remembering that it doesn't have to be exact. It's a close-up of a flower. Come back here. And now fold. And now I'm going to put in some dry brush textures to give this swooping action here. Like that. I dig that. I'll leave that alone because I like how it looks right now. And I feel like if I do more to it, it'll mess it up. I'm going to take our pink, skim it through there, and leave that alone. Nice. Alright, now, this upper petal situation. Go ahead and wet the area, not too much, just kind of glaze the water over the top. Just enough to make it damp. And I'm going to take my Quin Rose, or Quin Violet, and pull it through to get those shadows going on. Remembering this is a close-up of a petal. It does not need to be perfect. No one's gonna know. Right? No one's gonna know what's happening here but you. I'm gonna take my pink and I'm gonna put a drop of it here and through here. And I'm assessing by looking up at my screen on my phone. What I would recommend to you guys is stepping back from your piece. Clean water, dab off all the excess that I can. Okay. Come up here, drop it a little dark there. I love that bleed. Looks so nice. Okay. Dry off the brush, fan it out again, and get some beautiful textures happening. Right. Gorgeous. Okay. Well, there's a lot going on down here, like through here. Call it that darker right there. Burned myself. How'd you burn yourself? What are you doing? Oh. Do you have aloe vera? You know, we got that amazing spray-on sunscreen, right? I just thought I'd point that out. I'm helping. I'm gonna give him a shadow so that he looks like he's on the pedal, not floating over the top of it, but actually on it. So there's a little shadow. Doesn't need to be super bold. Does not need to be super bold, but you know, noticeable. Little shadow. There. And don't mind the hard edge of his little critter self. Okay. Remembering that that's going to dry pretty light, and then I'll fan my brush again. Perfect. Alright, I'm digging it. I'm purposely leaving this light up here because that's nice and bright through there. We've got a little glow of light coming down through here. So his little self can be little shadowed as well. We'll get to that in a minute. I need my bright pink. I don't want to obliterate that glow through there, so I'm just gonna put down some water. Got carried away. Got carried away. Come on out of there. Okay. Just pick it back up. There we go. Okay, better. Okay. I'll stop fussing with that. I can see my pencil lines trying to create another like ruffle through there. That. Perfect. And I'm gonna leave the rest of it alone. I like how it looks right now. I kind of like this hard line here. Feels like it's balancing out him. And I feel like I would like another hard line right here. Not too hard, but definitely. You just came in the house. Definitely, you know, bit of dark through there. Textures going down. Yeah, it helps balance a little. I'm wondering, I'm gonna leave it alone, but I'm wondering if a little pure magenta on him wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright, I'm gonna leave it alone though. Alright. Our gray, soft, wet, not too wet. Come in here. Give us a couple of little shadowy areas. Wonder. That's better. Because this is his colors, right? Put in Almost done, you guys. We are going to put in shadow. What is rumpus? A bit of shadow through there. Okay. Alright, now his little face. Just using the super tip of the brush right through here to keep the detailing around his little eye. Give him a little texturing here and there. His little nostril. Getting a little carried away with myself at this point, but that's alright. I don't know. I think I should leave it alone now. Okay. Alright. Now that he's pretty much done, I'm not digging the colors that I chose for him at all. I should have probably stuck to the white and pink that he was. That white, pink, yellow color scheme that he was. The blue's too much. Things got muddy really quickly. I think I might try this one again. Like trace it and try it again. Not today. This is it for today. But I do feel like he could have been better, right? I don't know. Now that he's done, I know what I would do differently. He's cute though. He's pretty cute. Alright, I'm not gonna do that. Let's just take the tape off and call it good for this one. They can't all be winners, right? I'm gonna go ahead and peel off all of our tape. I do have other pieces that I need to do today. Fussing about on this one at this point is just going to make things really muddy. That's not my phone. That one's not for me. Oh, see, and now with the clean edge, it feels like it looks much better. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of them in the comments below. And yeah. Let's do a little close-up action of all the different textures. See, it looks really muddy up close and personal, right? I like this section right here. And this is 300-pound cold press watercolor paper, and I believe I'm working on the back side of the Stonehenge paper instead of the front. But yeah, there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!